I'm Jay.
I'm Matt.
I'm Sean.
And we're assholes watching movies. So this week, I guess it's still going to be all about Finding Dory. What do you think?
I think so. I don't see, like, Independence Day, I have no interest in, and I think I should. And the fact that I don't means it's not good. And I've heard it's not good.
It's getting pretty bad reviews. I don't know if on opening weekend there'll still be enough interest for people to maybe want to see it. But I don't know if it's going to tackle Finding Dory.
I think it's suffering for lack of Will Smith.
No, I don't think anything to say that. I think it's suffering for lack of being made, like, within 20 years of the first one.
Okay. I mean, it's been 13 years since Finding Nemo.
Yeah. I think people are worried about what no Will Smith means. Like, they couldn't have Will Smith.
I know what no Will Smith means. He demanded $50 million and they said no.
Well, they were right to do that. He was never worth $50 million, but he's certainly not worth $50 million now at this point in his career.
Does anyone make $50 million now?
I don't know. Probably not.
Like, not for one movie.
Yeah.
So he'd be getting an unprecedented amount of money to return for.
Now, maybe that's the number he threw out there because he did not want to do this. Maybe that's just like the figure you have to pay me to get me to come back.
I think, yeah. I mean, I would have been in that movie for $50 million, I guess.
I guess.
Even though I don't like that movie, sure.
Yeah.
You might have appeared for that kind of money.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe.
Well, when you think about it, they were able to get back Jeff Goldblum.
Yes,
They were able to get back Bill Pullman.
Yes, they were.
Is that it? Well, isn't Vivica Fox in it?
Yeah, she is.
I would have liked to have seen Mae Whitman back.
Yeah, she's not back. She's
Yeah.
noticeably not back. She's recast.
Yes.
Who's Mae Whitman?
The Duff.
Yeah, but who was she in that?
Oh, she was Bill Pullman's daughter, the
Yeah.
first.
Okay.
So her character is in it,
Mhm.
but she herself was not asked to play the character.
Okay.
So people speculated that this was a case of her not being attractive enough to be in the movie. And she did play the Duff, you know, the ugly duckling. Yeah.
I think it's a case of her being way too good to be in the movie.
Well, she is. But her good friend Anna Kendrick was very vocal about it on Twitter.
About her not being in it.
Mm-hmm.
And being.
Yes. You know, she herself, Mae Whitman, you know, took the high road. She was pretty silent about the whole thing.
Like, you know, Anna Kendrick not to take the high road. And also out her friend as not attractive enough on Twitter. I don't want to be Anna Kendrick's friend.
Yeah. That's
not
a good
attractive.
point.
No,
Yeah.
that's okay.
How about Will Smith's friend?
What? Oh, right. I don't know. I don't think anyone thinks that Will Smith is in it or isn't in it because he wasn't asked. Everyone wanted him in it.
Yes.
But
Well, he was really vocal this week and in the news quite a bit because he was talking about how kind of marketing for a movie has changed
Yeah.
a lot since his day, his heyday, and was talking in particular about Wild Wild West, which I kind of feel like is a low blow at this point. Like, you know, he made the rounds back then for it, so maybe you have to kind of stick to your guns a little. It's kind of not fair to beat up on it now because it's not a good movie. It was never a good movie. And so now that he's made all the money he can from it, now he can get on the it's not a good movie train. But he says back then, you know, a movie star made the rounds and told all his fans, go see my movie, and they did. And if it was bad, you know, you would tell your friend and word would get out, you know, maybe by the next Wednesday, and the second week would have a drop in sales. But now, if the movie is bad, people are pulling out their phones and telling their friends within 10 minutes, and there's a drop in sales by Sunday. So that's really changed, and hopefully is making for better movies, he says. I don't always know about that, because Independence Day is in theaters right now.
yeah. And he happened to be in the good Independence Day, believe it or not.
He did, yes, that's right.
The better.
Yeah, so now he's saying he never believed in Wild Wild West and he had to trick people into going to see it.
I don't buy it. I think social media is a thing, it has an effect, but before there was social media, there were newspaper reviews.
Mhm.
Like every Friday, I remember reading in the newspaper and they would
You're
have, I know, but this is back when I was going to go see Independence Day and Wild Wild
Okay.
West, which I didn't
Yeah.
see because it had horrible reviews.
Yep.
And I liked Will Smith's movies up to that point, and I eventually.
And it's funny because I think horrible reviews don't usually stop you from wanting to see movies.
No, but they did there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the kind of guy who will definitely be turned off sometimes by something like that or be disappointed. Like Wild Wild West, I'd already heard really bad things about on opening day. Because I'd always have heard by opening day, I'd read the thing in the newspaper and,
But that movie still managed to make like $200 million.
which one did? Wild Wild West?
Yeah, it made a lot of money.
I went to
It
see
was
it.
a critical pan, but it was
Yeah.
a financial success.
I went to see it on Vancouver Island. Yeah, and I remember it didn't really matter whether the movie was any good or not because there were these like young girls that were like screaming at the screen. You wouldn't think he was performing it live. And I mean, back in those days, people would see him in anything. And it is, I don't know about this whole thing about he never believed in the movie. I think he made a bad call with that one, and he was with what's his name, Summerfield again, and he trusted him, and he got let down.
And was that the last theme song he did for a movie?
Men in Black.
Well, maybe Men in Black
Men in
2,
Two.
because Men in Black came first.
Men in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Men in Black came before Wild Wild West. Yeah, it did.
The first movie?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Men in Black followed Independence Day the following year. It was again the July 1st or the July 4th weekend. And then Wild Wild West was really his first post Men in Black blockbuster. And and that kind of dethroned him just a touch. But he might have done a theme song for Men in Black 2.
Yeah, I think he did.
And
But
they-
he was dethroned for number 3, that was Pitbull.
Right, and they did release the soundtrack list for Suicide Squad, I think, this week, and Will Smith is surprisingly not on it.
Good
Did he
to
do
know.
one for Concussion?
I don't think so.
Not a radio one, anyways.
Well, that's probably why he wasn't nominated.
He would have had to do it in his terrible accent.
It's true. So good call
He
there.
probably does one for every movie that he sort of writes and is just like rejected. Those are uncommon. Same song.
Now he's just throwing them in for the 50 million. I'll do the
Yeah.
song and
Oh, this song comes for.
Oh,
It's a discount,
yeah.
but it's not a good song
Yeah.
for Independence Day.
just reworks the Wild Wild West theme song for every movie he does.
We should work on one of those. I think we could do a good parody.
Yeah, I'm laughing too much, so I can't sing, so I won't even try.
Okay.
Next week.
Okay, good. So another sequel we were talking a little bit about is a sequel to The Passion of the Christ.
Did
Yes.
not hear that.
Yeah, it's a real thing that Mel Gibson has said he's interested in doing.
Well, he needs money.
Yeah. So
Does he?
Yeah.
He really mismanaged things if he does.
He's Mel Gibson. I'm pretty sure he did.
Okay.
this.
So what's gonna happen in this sequel to
Yeah.
Passion of the Christ?
I mean, he died at the end. Spoiler alert. I mean, I haven't even seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, so good.
Well,
No, it's really not very good. But it does end, spoiler alert.
I don't
So
think you have to say spoiler.
I know, and I was even giving people a chance to turn it off.
Yeah.
But it does end with Jesus, I don't know, how would you say, resurrecting himself. You see it through his eyes, and he kind of comes out through the rock. So now he's back.
I mean, I guess that is ripe with sequel
Yeah,
potential.
It is. I mean, he's back from the dead. It actually ends with a cliffhanger. And like Hunger Games, where I think they did more books.
Right. There we go. Okay, so are you on board then? Are you gonna see it?
Well, we have this site,
Mhm.
so I might. But I'm not excited about it. I'm not excited about. I really don't want Mel Gibson to have a comeback. And maybe I should be more forgiving, but yeah, if he's on board, this whole thing I didn't like. I thought the first one missed the point of everything that people like about the Jesus story. This was sort of like very torture porny. And yeah, I didn't like the whole Aramaic subtitles. None of it.
And we don't really know much about his resurrection time.
Isn't that perfect opportunity to make a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Totally
it's going to be
knows.
totally fiction. We know almost
Just
nothing
like the
about the
Bible.
time. Well, yes, but not even based on the book.
Right. Well, there's stuff. Like, they could do the thing with Downey Thomas.
Like putting his fingers in the holes?
There was way grosser stuff in the first one. If you're just worried about, you know that Mel Gibson's gonna do the fingers in the holes, that's the only violent part that's left.
Do you think Mel Gibson could be
Downey Thomas?
Jesus?
Or it could be old Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he die when he was like in 32?
Yeah, he was like 33 when he died.
It might have to be Jim Caviezel again.
Well, no,
Well-
he only lasts for 40 days before he goes into heaven.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know that part.
yeah. He didn't hang around a long time.
Oh.
There's gonna have to be some creative license.
Yes, yes.
Well, maybe you could age really quickly during those 40 days.
I guess anything goes.
Well, I
A lot
mean,
of
if you're
direction.
like crucified and beaten and stuff, it
Yeah.
might take its toll.
It might.
But yeah, that's a good question though, of would Jim Caviezel be back? Because he has just been riding the Jesus train ever since. I don't know if he's really acting. He's just done commercials like, well, I'm Jesus and I like it, so should you.
Is that a real thing?
Well, it is a real thing. Well, it's not a direct quote. But he did start, I'm almost positive, this might be some sort of urban myth. He did get ad deals as sort of, taking advantage of the fact that he's Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, I
So
have not
coming
seen
to a
these.
theater soon,
Mm-hmm.
The Conjuring 3, Resurrection of the Christ.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so we saw Finding Dory.
Yeah.
I quite liked it. I cried. Did you cry? You wondered if you would cry.
I fought it,
You fought it.
but
Sean fought nothing.
No.
He never cries a tear in his life.
really, eh?
He
But I
is a
liked it.
robot. He has romance.
Well, I would have thought Finding Dory was sort of a robot kind of hero, or Finding Nemo was, at least.
Yeah. So there were no lesbians. I watched.
I didn't even see the bad hair.
I saw. It's when the little bird goes and eats the popcorn. It's around that time. So no lesbians.
Oh, is that the bird with the damaged
Becky.
Becky? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No lesbians.
No lesbians.
No word yet on Elsa.
Okay.
But what if Captain America got a boyfriend?
Oh, that would be so. That would
And
be
does
so
it
much
have
sense.
to be Bucky?
It doesn't have to be Bucky.
Doesn't have to be.
But
I mean, they're best friends. But
mhm.
Is that the thing, or did you just make that?
No, it's a thing.
Okay.
Could Captain America be gay? Could we give him a boyfriend?
specific to Bucky or just Jim?
No, just Jen.
It would make sense why all of it's so unconvincing all the time with his female love interests.
Yeah.
Like that, none of that stuff ever gets off the ground.
And he recently told Captain Iron Man, that he's always felt like an outsider, even in the army, maybe especially in the army. Don't ask, don't tell. I think that was still around back in his day.
Yeah. Well, then it was just don't be gay.
That's true, and he hasn't been, but now it's 2016.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time.
Imagine waking up and realizing
Maybe there's
it's okay to be gay now.
Some
Yeah.
young, nephews in that side of the family that I like so much that he could.
So, Sean, are there any existing Marvel characters that you would set up with Captain America?
No.
What about Black Panther? We don't know a lot about his love life, do we?
We don't know a lot about his love life.
Hmm.
It's possible. I mean, they're pretty good friends at the end of Captain America's Civil War.
Hmm. So, it's open. We're not opposed to him getting a boyfriend.
Oh. No.
You're not tied to that.
I'm not touching it.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, there's very few, comics really are for 12-year-old boys. I mean, Captain America to me never really had a love interest in the present time.
Mhm.
There was okay, yeah, back in the day before he got frozen, and that's part of what he left behind,
But he pines a lot harder for Bucky.
he does. Oh,
And he fought real hard for him in that last movie.
Oh,
yeah.
There's
Well,
a
they're-
fire burning there of some
No,
sort.
they're just really good friends.
Well, I thought he and Iron Man were pretty good friends, but he's definitely
Well,
yeah,
Bucky was
yeah.
his first kind
His first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing, like, is it weird too if you're like frozen for, how long was he frozen? World War II?
Depends on
How
when
many
you're reading a
times?
comic.
Yeah.
Right, but in this story, in the Marvel universe, is it weird that, you know, you're frozen all this time and then your like dead girlfriend, then you decide you want to hook up with like their granddaughter?
Well, that's already weird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That is.
it's weird.
So I think they could fix that by just having him gay.
There you go. Pay attention, Marvel.
Yeah. I'm excited about this now.
Okay. So, kind of speaking of Chris Evans, and I don't know if we even talked about this last episode, but he had said he would love to do a musical, and he would love for it to be West Side Story. This week, Steven Spielberg says he wants to do a musical, and he wants it to be West Side Story. Now, I didn't know Chris Evans could sing.
I was gonna ask you if you could.
Okay, has anybody heard him in anything?
No.
I looked him up on YouTube, and I think there's a video of him like just messing around with his brother. But if it's a talent, it's a hidden talent. So,
Yeah.
and West Side Story, like that's
Is that serious? I've never seen it.
it's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet.
Like, I know they're toughs.
Yeah.
Leather
Well, because
jackets.
there's two rival gangs, so it's supposed to be like Montagues and Capulets,
And then two of them
And then-
fall in love.
yeah, and then they like dance ballad a little bit out.
I saw
That's gangs too.
Yes.
I saw the first half of it.
Okay.
Do they die at the end?
I don't know.
Pretty much have to.
I mean, I don't want to spoil it for Sean.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. I mean, Chris Evans, I think everyone, like so many people, can kind of sing.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like maybe back in the day when they were auditioning, it was just something
A thing they were
that they
called,
kind of had to
like
figure out.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, but I mean, Chris Evans, like in Snowpiercer,
Mhm.
and I mean, even in this kind of jokey Marvel universe, he's the serious one.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a surprise. It would be a lot of fun to see.
And please, no Anna Kendrick.
No. No.
That should be weird with Chris Evans.
She's weird with everyone, yeah. But she loves to sing.
Yeah.
Oh, she does love to sing.
Yeah.
She could be one of the other ones.
No.
Or are there any other female characters?
Well, I mean, there's a whole.
Just can't. Someone probably have like other girlfriends. Or they're just.
Well, I yet to see if they would like update it to make it like a 2016 thing, or if they're still going, you know.
Well, my hope is that
Retro.
she doesn't get the part, and Mae Whitman hits Twitter telling her that it's because Anna Kendrick is so hideous. I think that would be fitting.
Would be.
Fair enough. Okay. Good.
Over to you, Mae Whitman.
So I heard this week there's a film festival in Italy that just gave its prize to Desierto.
Oh.
Yeah. So Sean and I saw that at TIFF back in September. It's with
Gal Garcia
Bernal, yeah.
Bernal, right?
And what's his face?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Morgan, yeah.
He's creepy.
Yeah. So he plays like this weird serial killer guy who hates immigrants. And so he's like patrolling the border trying to kill all the Mexicans. That's his deal. So it's directed by Jonas Cuarón, Alfonso's son. And it was really thrilling to watch it, I have to say, in Toronto. Like,
Tense.
it is very tense. Sometimes, like it's a hard one to keep going for as long as it does. So I was excited to see that it won the prize.
Yeah, so why is it still playing at film festivals?
I
Why
know,
can't,
it's really.
people actually see it?
I know, it's
Yeah.
slow going, but I have to think a big one like that is gonna earn it to release.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, it deserves to be released. It's a good movie.
Yep.
It's well worth watching. It's well done. Like, you can tell the son is up to following in the father's footsteps, and like
Yeah.
some of the shots, like I thought it was cool, like the very opening shot, how the truck that goes across the desert as the sun is rising. And at the screening, the director was there, and he said basically they just kept having the truck drive back and forth.
To get that
The
perfect shot.
shot that they got is beautiful.
Worth
It
it.
just,
Mhm.
I think it's something that carries through the movie. And I think it is one that's terrible, painful to watch, but really beautiful to watch at the same time.
So one that's maybe less beautiful to watch, you know, depending who you ask, is a biopic that Zoe Saldana is doing. She's playing Nina Simone.
Oh,
And people have accused her of doing blackface for the movie.
isn't she? Well, what is she?
She's black.
She's okay.
At least half black. Yeah. But she wears a prosthetic nose and perhaps appears a little darker than normal. So is that still blackface?
I don't know if it is or not. I mean, there's always stuff like it's not the same thing, but wasn't Steve Carell wearing some stuff for Foxcatcher and any number of things? If you're playing, if you're playing a real person and you don't quite look the part, and they feel there's something they could do to make it. I mean,
I agree.
I don't care.
And she certainly agrees. She was really angry. She took it personally and said, there's no one way to be black, and how dare you tell me I'm not black enough for this role, which I think is a good point, and I'm glad she spoke out about it. She, you know, said she was raised black. She's raising black sons right now. This is who she is, and, you know, one person spoke out about their misconception, and now it's sort of putting a...
Yeah, no, that's tricky, but I don't think this is not a caricature. This is, presumably, she's trying to look more like the person that she's playing, which I think that's a real thing. Like, if you're making a movie that's a biopic, it's kind of distracting sometimes if you don't look like the person, and I don't know, like, that's not, to me, a racial thing. It shouldn't be, but clearly someone's tried to make it into it.
Yeah. It's too bad something like that is, before the movie even hits theaters,
really,
it's already...
It colors it, if you want to be a problem. Now I'm racist.
Oh, that's my favorite use of the phrase "colored it" ever.
Now, Zoe Saldana appears as a green person and as a blue person in other movies.
That's what I was
she
gonna
does.
say. It's probably these idiots thought that's what she really looks like. They saw Avatar.
And they're like,
What was she green in?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
So she's way more heavily made up than most of her other movies. I feel like nobody seemed to have a problem with those.
Yeah, she's in greenface. That's what
Okay. So I wanted to bring this question to you guys because I saw it on Twitter from one of our good friends. Was asking, what was M. Night Shyamalan's worst movie?
Oh God. Everything since Unbreakable.
No. I can't answer like completely because there was a point where I stopped watching them, and I suspect that his worst movie may be something I've never seen. Because in my experience, I didn't even see the one with Paul Giamatti with the pool, like Lady in the Water.
That's terrible.
That's
not even his worst.
I think The Happening is the worst of the ones I've seen.
I haven't seen The
Never
Happening.
seen it, but the whole idea.
But I saw The Last Airbender.
Oh,
I haven't seen it.
That was terrible. We saw that at the drive-in, so that means we saw it against our will. It was part of a double feature. But it was terrible, and it really, like, it had no ending. It was totally setting itself up for a whole series.
Yeah.
And so you don't even get, not that we needed closure on a movie we hated for like 2 solid hours, or however, it felt like 8 solid hours, but it was bad all the way through and then ends in a really terrible way. I was angry at that movie.
How do you set up a franchise when you know this movie is like your last chance anyway? Like everyone
He
has
was
hated
caught.
everything you've done
He was
until
somehow
now.
still caught.
He nailed it. Like I don't know what he's doing. Like The Sixth Sense was great. Like,
Yeah,
it was
Unbreakable was
really good
arguably even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
And Signs had started out really strong. I really liked some of what it had going for it at first, and then it got kind of weird. But Signs is way better than almost anything he's done since.
And can you still watch that post Mel Gibson?
I haven't seen it
Okay.
post the theater. But someone made a joke to me recently about, did you like the part with the hats?
The hats.
And I didn't remember what they were even talking about.
Okay.
Okay. On the bonus features of The Sixth Sense, actually, they showed his first horror movie he made when he was about 8 years old, maybe. And it's like his third best movie. It's hilarious. If you actually own The Sixth Sense DVD, it's well worth watching. It's kind of hilarious to see. Him as an 8-year-old, it's
That's cute.
really kind of corny, but because it's a kid, it's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about The Village? Where does that sit?
Never seen it.
It's horrible. It really ruins every good idea it had.
I saw it in the theaters,
Yeah.
which is maybe embarrassing. And I never see scary movies hardly at all. But I saw this one in theaters, and I leaned over within like the first 2 minutes, and I like whispered I spoiled it for the person I was watching with, because I already figured it out. So then we just had to sit there. And, you know, the whole point of that movie really kind of just is that twist.
Yeah.
Well, it
So-
always is with him.
And it's,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing
I
is,
mean, you get away with that once, don't keep doing it.
Yeah.
You can't, it doesn't work that way, because now we're just expecting
He's
the
still
twist.
doing it.
That's
Like,
it.
the only one that hasn't been that way, I think, is The Last Airbender, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Well, we just didn't get to the twist. That was going to be the third.
that's right. What kind of twist have you even been? It's like, it was the dad the whole time. It's not really his real parents.
All right. So we have differing views on what the worst is, because we've given up, basically.
Given up,
And
yeah.
we have not even seen all of them.
I do think The Village could have been a good movie had they not even bothered with the twist, got that out of the way
Yeah,
earlier,
yeah.
and just sort of explored the
Yes.
ramifications of that, but instead
Agreed.
they just kind of give
Because
it
it
the
was
best
an
one.
interesting world that
Yeah.
he's set up,
Yeah, I mean, it's just the question
but then they leave it.
Yeah.
So,
of how far do you go, you know, for your own safety, and how, is this healthy, or is this a good idea or a bad idea? And he didn't ask those questions, he just
no,
has
at the,
sprung it on
at the
us
hands of
again.
Haneke, though, imagine.
I know, that would have been really good.
Yeah.
The biggest surprise of that movie for me is that all these years later, Bryce Dallas Howard was still on the crew.
Yeah. Yeah, good for her.
Because that's the one that's supposed to like
That
launch.
could have been her Wild
Yeah.
Wild West.
She's okay.
Well, fair enough. Okay, so we're gonna leave it to you guys. Let us know what your most hated M. Night Shyamalan is, and we'll debate it out again next week.
Okay.
And thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.